longtime friends. Anyway, I want to point out Ernie and Lisa, who put this party together. Lisa did the cooking. Wow. Awesome. And that right over there is my nephew Garrett. He's from Brookie.
My cousin.
Wait, I know you. That's Yolanda. Hi, how are you?
Right? You met him at my house.
Probably both.
Oh, yeah.
You came over to where I used to live.
Right, upstairs.
Yes, and now we're downstairs. But I want to thank you all for coming. I love you all.
Love you. We love you.
And eat.
Yeah, you guys, we didn't bring enough food, so we need your help.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Andre. Happy birthday to you.
I love it. All you guys come together. You're all my bestest friends. I love you.
We love you. How much wine have you had, Mom?
Nothing.
Oh.
Not one. After I fell and broke my wrist, I'm kind of afraid.
Well, we'll take care of you. Go have a wine.
Okay, I'll
This
have
is
one.
a real woman.
I'll have one.
She goes to a winery. I have to say, Mom goes to a winery with her friends, and she falls, stumbles, breaks her wrist, which she didn't know she breaks her wrist, scratches up her face. She goes in and drinks wine before she goes to the ER to have her wrist looked at.
And she breaks her wrist before she's had a glass of wine.
With Yolanda. I was with Yolanda and
Uh-oh.
and
You girls are in trouble.
she's lucky that there was a paramedic there.
Oh, yeah. I remember you saying that.
And she wouldn't leave until she had a glass of wine.
Don't blame her. I don't blame her. She knew what she was up against.
You know what that means, Yolanda?
She is a
I have trained her well.
Whoa. Wait. Who trained her?
I gotta give it up.
Mom,
Lisa trained
who
her.
trained you?
Well, you mostly already helped.
Okay, we got some stories to tell, but I gotta tell one right now because it's appropriate.
Okay.
When Mom left Johnny, she calls me one day. I'm in Jackson Hole, and she goes, "Honey, can I come home?" I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "I'm leaving Johnny, and I don't want to do this anymore." I said, "Of course you can. What are you gonna do?" She goes, "Well, I'm gonna drive to your house." Okay. So Mom moves in with us. Ended up being a 7-year thing before she went elsewhere. Mom moves a lot. It was 7 years. And we fast forward, Lisa and I bought this place in Sudden Valley, Washington. We call it the Big Mansion. We 7 of us lived there, and it was comfortable. It was big. One morning, I'm walking up from my office, and I'm hearing this. And I look, it's 9:30 in the morning. Mom is filling her wine glass.
It's Lisa's fault. It's Lisa's fault.
What are you doing? Mom never drank it before she moved in with Lisa. And so she's filling her wine glass, and she's going, she went up the stairs.
She didn't really know the rules at that point.
There are no rules.
10 o'clock, Mom. 10 o'clock. It's time to shut it down.
Early in the morning, one time, they having our wine and waving at security guards.
Oh, I know.
You know.
Mom learned you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
So the next story is mine. And Mom, I had a really hard time deciding which story to tell about you. But the time that our neighbors, so we lived up above our neighbors in this area, and they were lovely people. They were really, really fun. He was cheap as hell, and he wouldn't hire a gardener. So he whacks the crap out of this beautiful rhodie, and it dies. It dies. So we have to look at this ugly stump, and Mom and I, after glasses of wine, decide we're going to hook up about 10 extension cords, and we're going to go down there with a glue gun, and we glue fuchsia-colored flowers all over this stump, and giggled and laughed and giggled. They kept him there for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
The house. Flowers on the stump. But it was like she was just a little kid, and we were having so much fun. We've had so much fun.
I've got to say that my life with these two have been so fun. You know, it's been a ball. We get together and we have fun. We go out, we drink, we go home, sleep, we get up, we go out, we drink. We go
Wait, is there a common thread here?
We have fun.
We do, we have fun.
These
Hey,
two
Mike.
are the most fun people.
How about a story, Mike? Mike and I have been friends for 55 years. And he knows Mom.
Come on, Mike.
She was in Carson City with Mike. Come on, Mike. You gotta have a
The
story.
one I can remember with Ernie, and that's real important, that we used to have parties at Mom's house.
Constantly.
Well, almost nightly. And I remember just the one time that we got out of hand and she started whacking us all. I mean, didn't matter who was there, she was whacking them. So, that's about that time I knew I was part of the family. It's been that way ever since.
And every time we had a party, here comes the cops.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Luckily, we all knew the cops.
Yes.
Carson City at the time was a very small town. And my girlfriend and I were coming down from Virginia City on a back road in my four-wheel drive, and we had abused some substances. And we looked down at my house, which you could see from the hill above it, and there was cop lights all around our house. I'm going, oh shit, what the hell is going on here? I hope nobody's hurt. So we rushed down there, and Mom is standing in the yard. When we had these parties, like Mike said, we were famous for large parties, and we had them often. And Mom would go back in her bedroom and knock them out. It was pretty amazing. Mom, we're gonna have a party tonight. Okay, I'll go turn
I'll go
on
in
the
the bedroom,
TV.
watch TV, shut the door, go at it.
And we would have these incredible parties. And so we get down to our house. We can't get near our house or in the drive. We get out and we walk, and we're walking up to our house, and Mom is standing there with this policeman whom we knew well called Bill Bernard. And she's going, she has to go. He can stay. She has to go. He has to go. She can stay. And she was telling the cops who could stay at the party because they were throwing everybody out. Oh, she let Mike stay, by the way.
Yes, probably. He was one of my kids. Oh, we had a lot of wild parties in that house in Carson City. Oh, can't keep up with them. Hi, Garrett.
We're working for Utah State, laying sod. And I pulled off my sweatshirt and it said Carl Sandburg High School. And he pulled off his sweatshirt and it said Maywood. We were conference rivals. So from that moment on, we've been friends. So Casey's been around Mom a lot. He's helped raise her too. So he's got a story that I want to hear.
First of all, it's really nice to meet all you folks. You know, I really love this country living here down here in Southern Oregon. I live in Portland. Yeah, very interesting people. Right?
Our daughter lives
In
here.
town, up in the mountains and stuff. You know, I heard about this young couple who had recently gotten married up in the hills, up above, somewhere up the Applegate here, and so they had this, hippie wedding. His name is Josh, and her name is River. And, so, anyways, they're gonna take off. They had a wedding, and they come down the Applegate, and they get in an Ashland. And Josh pulls up in front of the famous Ashland Springs Hotel. You all know that, right? He pulls up and he puts a car in park and he leans over and he looks over at River and he says, River, tonight I am going to make it a night you'll never forget. And then he reaches over and he squeezes her leg. And River looks at Josh and Josh goes, Josh, we're married now. You can go farther than that. So he drove to Medford. Anyway, it's like I say, got interesting people, and Ellen is really one of them. So I was thinking about this. So Ernie turned 70 a couple months ago, all right, which was a pretty big deal. And now Ellen turns, a couple months later, Ellen turns 90. So I'm kind of doing the math, right? And I'm going, wow, when she was 19 years old, she gave birth to that. It's like, oh my goodness, what an amazing woman, right? But then you do the math and you go, Okay? And you think about 1935. What was going on in this country in 1935? We're in the depths of the Great Depression. FDR was starting to figure out how to, he started the Works Progress Administration and to build things and to give people jobs and stuff. It was an amazing year. That year, Amelia Earhart was the first woman ever to fly to Hawaii in the U.S. mainland. At the age of 35 years old, 38 years old, pretty amazing. And a lot of incredible things happened there. Okay? The very first canned beer came on the market in 1945. It was also the year that Alcoholics Anonymous was founded. Could there be a connection? Who knows? But one thing that most of us, some of you do, but most of us have in common right here, okay, happened in 1935. Everybody know what that was? Aside from Mom, August 14th, 1935, Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed the Social Security Act. Raise your hand if you're collecting Social Security. Right? That's us, right? So, at the time, the average lifespan for a woman in the United States was 64 years old. So you think about that. FDR says, okay, you can start collecting when you're 65. Ha ha ha, you're probably not going to live that long. Right? Okay? Now, but along comes Ellen May Starson, right? Who has been collecting for 25 years now. Been on Social Security for 25 years.
Ellen.
She was Congress's worst nightmare. Right? They never thought people would live to be 90 years old. Isn't that amazing? You know? Here's to you for sticking it to Social Security.
Another dozen years.
So I have one anecdote, and it has to do kind of with, I used to be a mailman. Back when I was a mailman, most of the people I met walking around, people were retired, they were at home, right? And I met all of these wonderful people who were like Ellen, who grew up in the Great Depression, okay? They were frugal, okay? There were people who know how to be frugal, not like the kids of today, right? They were very wonderful people with incredible stories, but as evidence of Ellen's frugality, we were at this big house that Ernie was talking about. You ever talk about this big house, okay? And I hear this phone ring, okay? And I see Ellen pull out the bottom part of a sock.
Tube sock.
Of a tube sock. And she pulls her flip phone out of it. And she repurposed it. I called it, I don't want to offend anybody, but I called it the phone scrotum. 'Cause that's kind of what it looked like, this little piece of white. And she pulled it out and answered her phone. And I don't know how long she carried the phone scrotum around for, but it was a testament to frugality. Okay, it was a testament to somebody who grew up in the Depression and wasn't going to spend a lot of money on a fancy case or anything. Oh, she's got a big ass phone now. But it just really spoke to me of just what a wonderful soul she is. So I would like to just say, Ellen, you're more than one in a million. Okay, all right. You're one in 350 million. Thank you for bringing so much joy to all of our lives.
Happy birthday, Ellen.
You're awesome.
She actually still travels with a toilet roll from the paper in the middle of the
Yeah.
roll, and that's how she travels with her curling iron or whatever.
Nice.
And I
That's
swear
awesome.
to God,